Hi, my name is SaiqaKhan, and I am a mother, wife, and surgeon. And in this video, I want to share 5 steps that I have found to be very helpful and powerful in my journey navigating special needs through taking care of my daughter who was born with a surprise genetic syndrome, a very rare one actually. And I have been reflecting back on the past 3.5 years that we have navigated many challenges and difficult situations. And now that Remy is going back to school today, I am reflecting on how she is developing wonderfully and thriving, and we are very grateful for that. And I have come up with this 5-step framework that I call Rapid Empowered Transformation. And it's basically 5 steps that you can use at a micro level or at a macro level to help figure out and navigate any sort of challenging, unexpected situation. So in this video, I'm going to do a brief overview of the 5 steps, and in the subsequent videos, I'll do a deeper dive into each individual step. And I will give examples from our story. And my intention and goal in trying to share this information is for other people who are navigating surprises or challenging situations or unexpected situations, especially in the realm of parenting or special needs or family dynamics, and even personal growth and empowerment. I really want this framework, these 5 steps, to help serve as a guide to overcome oneself, to overcome challenges, to empower yourself, and to achieve amazing outcomes. So it all started, with my daughter, with her rare genetic syndrome, and part of that syndrome, it's associated with breathing issues. So there was a prior video I did here on YouTube where I talked about the night that we really had to figure out how to help her breathe. And it was a critical turning point for us. And I think back and I reflect on that night often. And that was really the birthplace or the origin for these 5 steps. Because when I stop and I reflect and I think about that night and how I was able to navigate that situation, it came down to these 5 steps. And I have been ever since, applying these 5 steps to new obstacles, new challenges, and applying it to macro and micro, even if it's not even a major obstacle, but something I'm noticing within myself, like a block within myself or a feeling within myself. I can apply these 5 steps and then overcome whatever it is I'm feeling within myself to then figure out the path to achieving what it is that I'm seeking. So the first step is to surrender. So the longer that you fight the situation, or the longer that you try to pretend it's not happening, or the longer that you're in denial that the situation, the facts of the situations, what they are, the longer you prevent yourself from obtaining the solution. And, a lot of people say, like, you have to be in the frequency of the solution, or when you're in the mental state of the problem, you're not going to be in the mental state of the solution. And so the first step to shifting that state or shifting that frequency or expanding your awareness is to surrender. And so, for example, with my daughter's breathing situation, I was fighting it and fighting it and fighting it. And I was so angry and I couldn't understand why it was happening, how this could happen to my child, such a small baby. It's not fair. And it was, I was just enraged, and I was trying to concoct all of these different magical ideas of, swapping lungs, swapping tracheas with her, and, making deals in my brain with the devil, and, all these different things. And then finally I surrendered, and I thought to myself, okay, this is the reality. She is having a difficult time, and this is actually what's happening. And me being angry and fighting it and resisting it is not helping. So once I surrendered and kind of took a step back, then the next thing I did was I changed my beliefs, and I reminded myself who I am. And I reminded myself, Remy picked me as her mother for a reason. I really believe that children pick their parents before they arrive. So I reminded myself, Remy picked me for a reason. And if I was in this situation, I would pick myself too. And the reason why I would pick myself to help is because I am who I am. I'm a surgeon. I have knowledge. I'm very creative. I'm very innovative. I'm a problem solver. I solve puzzles. And I started to change my beliefs from feeling like a victim, like this situation was happening to me and I'm so angry about it and I'm resisting it, to changing my beliefs to empowered beliefs, reminding myself of the evidence that I am prepared for this, and I am the one person in the world who is best qualified to handle this situation. And if I had to bet on someone, I would be betting on myself. And I reminded myself of the evidence. Well, I have patents. I'm an innovator. I have published research papers. I'm really smart. I have done all of these things. I have graduated from all of these places. I have been to all of these big name schools. And so I just reminded myself who I am. I reminded myself that I've been creative since the beginning of time. I have always been creative. I have always been a lover of problem solving and doing puzzles. And so once I reminded myself of all of these beliefs and evidence and facts, then the third step is attunement, specifically attuning to oneself and asking oneself, checking in and asking oneself, what do I need? And sometimes this could be through meditation, journaling, visualization, reflecting. In this situation, it was a rapid attunement, and I asked myself, what do I need in terms of what instruments, what tools do I need to physically improve this situation with my daughter's breathing? And so that's when I started to think, okay, what do I have around me? What's available? And my brain started working in that realm of searching for and finding what I need. And it was from the mindset of, I'm going to solve this problem. What is around me that is going to help me solve this problem? And that's when I remembered that we had her pediatric suction device. And so, because I was thinking about how I would solve the problem, and then I asked myself, well, what tools do I need to solve that? And so that's the third step, attunement. Okay. And the fourth step is the transformation. So once you implement the solution, the answer that you obtained from step number 3, from the attuning process, once you put that answer into action, then the transformation happens. So in this situation, it was actually using the tool, the instrument, to execute on the solution that I came up with. And then the transformation happened, and Remy was able to breathe. And so that's, in that situation. But say it was in a situation where you're having an internal block of some sort, when you attune to yourself, that attunement then informs the action that you then implement in order to achieve the transformation, which could be an internal transformation, a personal transformation, or it could be an external transformation, as it was in this scenario that I'm talking about with my daughter's breathing. And so the fifth step is what I like to call inevitable evolution. So what does this mean? If you take steps 1 through 4 and put that on repeat, and you keep repeating steps 1 through 4, especially when it comes to the internal work that you're doing within yourself, then inevitably what happens is an evolution. Evolving happens. So you personally evolve. When you internally evolve, you externally see evolution as well. So, for example, continuing to surrender, empower my beliefs, attune to myself, attune to my situation around me, attune to my child, implement those answers and action steps, see the transformation, and continuing to repeat those 4 steps has led to evolution. And it has led to the evolution of my child in terms of her development. It's led to evolution in my family life in terms of my marriage and the foundation that we base our parenting off of, and that the environment that my children are growing in our home, and a personal evolution in terms of my personal empowerment and my personal belief in my ability to overcome challenges and to leverage unexpected things, unexpected challenges, as I have been doing with our special needs journey through having Remy. And so with these 5 steps, I really think that nothing is impossible. Anything is possible. There are no limits. And it has really helped me transform my life, how I see myself, how I parent, how I navigate our special needs journey, how I contribute to the special needs community, and how I contribute to other parents, specifically other mothers. And I feel very grateful that I can share this 5-step framework, and hopefully it will help other people. It will help you, hopefully, as you navigate your new journey that you might be starting, or as you navigate new challenges and obstacles that you might be facing. So with that, I will end this video. And just to summarize, the 5 steps are as follows. And these are the rapid empowerment transformation steps. Step 1 is surrender. Step 2 is to change your beliefs. Step 3 is to attune to yourself. Step 4 is to transform through applying the action steps that you obtained from attuning to yourself from step 3. And step 5 is inevitable evolution. And so in the next videos, subsequent videos, we will go through in more detail each of the 5 steps. Thank you.